Hello, welcome back to Method Monday. Today I'm going to be talking about ZZ Spike for Megaminx. So this is a method that is kind of like ZZ but for Megaminx. So you start off as normal and then you actually orient edges near the hand. So yeah. Currently, I only know of one person who's actually sub 1 with this method. Nathaniel G. I've actually learned this method from his tutorial. He has a 52.18 average and a 48.69 single, which is actually pretty good for this method. So yeah, let's get into it. The first step is to do F2L like you normally would. You can do this however you want. You can like build blocks, or you can do star and then pairs. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that because there's nothing different from this to any other method, or most other methods. Okay, so now that you have F2L built, I'm using black instead of white, by the way, I just prefer it. You want to go ahead and make a block like this. I'm actually going to do this green block because that's where I usually start with Westland S2L. So yeah, let's pretty easy. Oh my gosh, I'm being inefficient. So yeah, you want to build this block right here, and you want to insert this edge right here. So basically, you have F2L plus this little line right there. Next, you want to reduce it so you don't have to do any F turns. Basically like EO on a 3x3. Unlike 3x3, you actually have 4 faces left, rather than reducing it to 3. So, for this EO, what you want to do is you want to treat these two colors as the same, so these opposites and these opposites as the same. And if you look at each edge, you want either one of its pair to be touching it. So for example, if you have pink, since pink's pair is light blue, you want pink and light blue to be touching it, or you want these opposite pairs, the other kind of pair, to be next to it. So this edge is oriented, so it's not touching it, but it's next to it. So this would be misoriented, as this is touching it, not next to it, and then this would be misoriented because this is next to it, not touching it. So yeah, and then what you want to do is you want to orient these edges. So since this is misoriented and this is misoriented, what we can do is we can set it up like this, and then have one on top and one right there, and just do F or F prime. Pretty simple. And I like to do it where I orient all the edges on these two faces unless there's an odd amount, and then I do it with the other two. If there's an odd amount, I just put the last misoriented edge here and then rotate. So we'll do that. So if we look at these edges, we have this is oriented, this is oriented. This is not oriented, as this belongs to one of these two colors, and it's touching it, not next to it. And that's oriented, and then that's misoriented, because again, that belongs to these two, and it's touching it, not next to it. So we can quickly orient these two, alright? And then we have this piece is misoriented, and this piece is misoriented. So now we have all of these pieces correctly oriented. And if we actually had all but one, we would put that one misoriented edge right here. So yeah, so then I rotate and I do these. So this is misoriented, and this is misoriented. So we can orient them, and then we're actually done. So then what I like to do is you can just build up to one of these last two faces. I like to start with this block right here, and then do either this block or this block. It doesn't really matter. I'm actually going to just quickly build this block right here, as it was pretty close to being done. So next, you can build that pair, and then solve it like that, and then do these last two slots, using that, and then this last slot right here. So we have this big block built, and then you can either go into building this block on the left or this block on the right. Somehow messed up what I did earlier. So I'll go ahead and build the block on the right. And then insert this last piece, which is right here. Alright, and then you can either finish, on whichever color you want. I'm going to finish on cream because it contrasts better. So I will go ahead and make that. And then you can actually rotate to here to make it more ergonomic. So that one, and then that one. Did that get skipped? I don't know. I think it got skipped. Anyway, so as you can see, you just do last layer as normal, except you get your edges skipped. So that's just soon. I'm gonna do 4 look because I'm not a god and I don't know 2 look. So that is the method. So yeah, it's an interesting method. I don't really like it because it does EO halfway through the solve, and the EO recognition is kind of annoying. I mean, yeah, basically that's it. EO recognition, it's annoying. You could probably get really good at it, as Nathaniel probably has. So, yeah. That's ZZ Spike. I'm gonna cut to some solves right now. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on this method? After doing some solves, I mean, this method's okay. You can get simple with it, obviously, as Nathaniel has proven. And I mean, you could probably get beyond that. You could probably get maybe sub 40. Pretty much the only downside to this method is doing EO halfway through the solve, but if you get really good at recognizing EO, which I'm not good at recognizing EO at the moment, then you could probably get pretty fast. Another reason my times were pretty slow was because of the colors. I usually solve, Westland with gray on top, but this time I had to solve it differently with gray being on the front sometimes, so I was not used to the color order, which made my times a lot slower. So if you get used to the color order and get used to EO, I think you could be pretty good. I mean, obviously you can be pretty good, but yeah, I think Westland is better. Yeah, I think Westland's just better though, because you don't have to do EO halfway through the solve. So yeah, I'm going to link Nathaniel's channel down in the description so you can check it out. He has some ZZ Spike solves on that. And yeah, thank you for watching.